Hey guys, welcome and thank you for tuning into Heart to Heart podcast, a show for everyday people that aims to decode and give undiluted answers to your day-to-day life's questions. I am your host, Tonya Joseph, your number one baby girl, with all my life years of experience in everyday life's journey. For more information, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Heart to Heart Podcast, or sign up for my newsletter. Leave the fuse out. Let's dive into the episode.
And now,
a woman who brings something to the table and can still take care of the family. What is your take on this?
in today's world,
Yeah.
yes, every man wants a woman that brings something to the table, like you said, but also that can still be like that woman of old, because this is my personal opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
I still believe women of old, or what you can call old-fashioned
Traditional women.
women. I
Yeah.
think they did more than what we have today.
No.
We have
No.
more feminists nowadays than.
Mr. Joe, let me tell you something. I feel like the traditional woman was doing nothing.
Are you serious?
Imagine, yes, you can imagine that a man wants you to be yourself, self-succulent as a woman, as his wife.
Mm-hmm.
You should take care of the home, bring something to the table. You can imagine, was a traditional woman doing all of this? Like, she wasn't. What was she bringing to the table?
Okay,
apart from farm work? In short, they just woke up, went to the farm, gave birth to children, and cooked.
It depends on the type of tradition. Where I come from, okay, the man goes to the farm, he tills the farm, okay, the land. He make rigs and whatever. The woman plants. Remember, he tills, the woman plants. The woman is bringing something to the table. When the food, okay, or when the process, whatever, when the crops are ready for harvest, he goes harvest. The woman brings it home. So it is a taboo for the man in my place, for the man to go to the farm and carry a load on his head.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but
so the woman is bringing something to the table. The woman is cooking food every time, every day. The woman is washing clothes for the husband. I'm coming. You might say these things are vague.
Mr. Joe, like, they are small things. Like, they are little things. Like,
but she's bringing something to the table.
What is she bringing? Like, okay, imagine you want your modern day woman. Imagine, even if her salary is just 100,000, you will still look at it as small. Is it a lie? So imagine that your wife is working in Lagos and she's earning 100,000 every month. You'll be like, what are you even bringing to the table is still too small. Was the olden day woman bringing up to 100,000 to the table? What were they bringing? Let me tell you something, Mr. Joe. Let me tell you something. If only they allow the modern woman the olden days woman to come and be a modern day woman, they will start divorcing like now.
Okay, let me tell you.
They will divorce.
Wait, what they were bringing to the table as at then is equivalent to what you guys are bringing to the table now.
No, we are bringing more.
I'm serious.
See, imagine a woman goes through all the traffic, takes children to school, come back, cook, wash, and she still responds to.
Can you go to the farm?
That is a small work.
Listen,
like going to the farm.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's small.
No.
Imagine.
See.
It's because you don't do farm work. That's why you're looking at this as a very big thing. Imagine a woman that goes to work by 6 and comes back by 5. And she still has to cook, take care of the home. The next day she's taking up by 4 in order to beat traffic.
Wait. It's either you go, if you have a car, you go by the car.
For those that don't have a car, fam.
No, listen, that is why I say for those who have, their rights, they go with their rights. Okay, they drive to work. For those who don't have, they board the bus. Now, back in the days, the woman will trek miles.
See,
listen, miles, and go to the farm and still carry huge this thing. She will go and work. She's not going there to stay and watch the husband work.
Yes, but I feel like they still have. They didn't have a lot. They didn't have a lot like the modern woman. Do you know that at times, even as this woman is trying to do all of this, imagine that something happens to the child. Do you know what the father will first say?
Let me tell
woman,
you
look at your son. Look at your daughter.
Okay, let me. Maybe you will understand if I go with this. King Solomon in the Bible.
Yeah.
He is. Why are you laughing?
You like talking about the Bible every time.
Wait, you think I want to talk about his women? Never. King Solomon in the Bible, even as of today, he is seen as the most wealthiest man, even if he was alive. Like in the modern world right now, King Solomon's wealth is still far below all the wealth of the billionaires in the world put together. Yeah. Why? Because when how do they do this analytics and come to the conclusion? They say, okay, equivalent of this back then was equivalent of that today. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, and that is how it's done. So you can't see it in just, you guys are going to work and by 5 and closing by 6. No, the equivalent of work these people do then is far beyond what you guys do today. Today you go to the office, you sit on the computer and you're doing your hands. These people work using their muscles. They do everything. Everything is physical.
It's not all about the computer. Like mentally, yeah. How do you think she's taking it? Coming back home and still having so many responsibilities.
Now this woman today, you guys, okay, a woman say, I don't have time, so I need a house help. You get house helps. Some not just house help, it's house helps.
And I know that some men don't actually want those house helps.
Listen now these house helps are doing what you're supposed to do. That will now
because the modern woman has too much.
Listen, which too much? Back in the days, the woman comes back from the farm, sometimes under the rain, and still enters the kitchen and cook for the household and still prepare boil water for the husband to have his bath.
No, like you don't understand. Try and be a woman and see the stress of every day. At least in the traditional women, it's not every day they went to the farm. Like it wasn't every day they went to sell something.
Who told you?
Was it every day that was harvesting? Was it every day that was planting? Was it every day that was?
No, they go to the market.
Yeah.
They were productive. If you are talking, there has never in the history of the world, those people started this commerce that you are talking, that you think you guys have. Yeah, I understand.
Now. They also tried. They were also doing their best, but I feel like today, in today's society, there's too much on the modern woman. Like the woman is having too much responsibility. Yeah.
What are they? Can you just?
I already told you here. Like every man wants his woman to be self-succulent, you have to be everything as how
you are not still bringing something to me.
Bringing something to the table, taking care of the family, and still be that woman he wants you to be. The traditional women didn't know about even doing all of this, like.
So you think? Wait. You think? And I would also like to understand what you mean by the woman bringing something to the table.
Yeah, I said No, you must be contributing or helping your husband in one thing.
Financially or what?
Yeah. That's why you're working.
So, and you think the women of old, they didn't
Like,
have, they went.
Okay.
Wait, listen.
Basically, it was
You
a
think
farm work. It
you
was a
think
farm
were
work
not-
that they were doing
no,
together.
not fashion work. Not farm work. The woman they go to the market. Like I said, they started commerce. Okay.
Yeah.
They go to the market. So sometimes the husband does not have a dime. They went through. In fact, worse things that you guys
But modern
think you're
women
going
are
through,
also
and
doing
they
their
were still
best.
faithful.
Modern women are still faithful. Yeah. There are some women that are still very, very faithful.
Do you know, I said something the other time. I think, is it on your podcast? I said, the marriages, okay?
Yeah.
Or the olden days marriages.
Yeah.
Are like our fathers, okay, and our forefathers. They were polygamous. They married as many as they could.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Well,
Those marriages till today
Yeah.
are far, like 80% better than what you have today as marriage.
yes, in some cases, but on this particular one.
So what are you talking
no,
about?
on this particular one, I feel like there's too much.
There are women where they were doing these things, yet they were still like they enjoyed I know you won't understand this because you are not coming from that generation.
So because you're coming from that generation, you feel like the modern woman is doing nothing. Like you actually appreciate those traditional women that. Do you know that there are times a woman will get pregnant for months and still be going to work?
Those women, how was your mother giving birth to? How was your father giving birth? Are they not the one that gave birth to your father, to your mother? So what are you talking about?
They did.
Birth.
They did, but imagine if a woman is pregnant at this point and she cannot.
You guys have hospitals, oh. Those days they give birth in the.
Mr.
What
Joe,
are you talking
Mr.
about?
Joe, things were more easier then than now.
Jesus
Things are
is
so
Lord.
difficult now. Yeah.
Jesus is Lord.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait. Right now, you are taken into one fancy building. You give birth, and the doctor, everything. Do you know these people? Some of them didn't have births to even lie on and give birth. Some of them would just sit like that, and because personally, I've experienced giving birth at home.
You sure?
I've experienced it. It's crazy. I've experienced it not once,
It's
not
still
twice,
the same.
not three times.
It's still the same childbirth, whether at home or.
It is not. I bet you it's not. Because that is what I'm saying. You are naive. You guys are naive of what happened.
The traditional people went through.
Until today, what they go through.
Yes, but.
So you guys are naive. You come to the cities. Oh, you see skyscrapers. Everything is glamorous. You know, you go. You just enjoy life, and you think, and then to some level, for some women who are able to, maybe for some reason they have a job and they are contributing maybe to what maybe their homes, which is not even all. How many women support their husbands? These women back in the days, they support their husbands. Like a woman will go to the market, make sales, and bring back money and hand over this money.
The modern woman is still doing that. The modern woman is still doing that.
My wife, take this one. Today,
Mr. Joe, are you married? Are you married?
What do you mean if I'm married?
So do you think that they are not women that gives their husband?
What I'm saying is it's not even up to 20%.
Oh.
It's not up to 20%.
No. Like there was this friend of mine that
I think we have to go back to the basics.
Okay.
The basics for me, I mean, see, it's not just me, but I think every man would want to go back to the basic.
Which is the basis?
Test it.
Which is the
and
basis?
see
Which
one
is the
you
basis?
Okay. I know some people would have so many people, especially women, would not want to say this or see this as being myopic, maybe in my thinking.
Okay.
But what about maybe let me put it like this. Maybe we should do an experiment.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
And let so maybe we should carry out an experiment.
Yeah.
Whereby you put in the same house, okay, a typical traditional woman
and a modern woman.
And the so-called modern woman.
Modern day woman.
Yeah, city woman. Okay, I call them city women. Okay, or career women that you are talking about.
Yeah.
And let's see who the man will at the end of the day prefer. Now, that is not to say every woman that is in the city or the kind of, but there's a particular set of women that you are talking about.
No.
Because it's not, even in the city, Papa, how many women get work?
Yeah.
How many wives get work?
Yeah, but even the ones that don't have work, like go to the markets, they are the ones still struggling there. And I want to tell you that city hustle is something that's like, you even see them running, hawking, morning, afternoon, and night. And guess what? They still go back home. So that is still their job. Now it's just someone is getting the person's food. It's a person's job. So that is still a job. It's far better than the traditional one. And she's doing well. Yeah.
No. You see,
yeah.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding you, but when you say the modern day woman contributes more than you don't, I can bet you. Okay, maybe your audience, they will judge better. Like, I believe every man listening to me will still have to have, if that experience.
No. Forget about the traditional thing. Like, you men. That's why all of that. Okay, why do this man?
Why did you end up in the city? Born in the city?
No, wait. How would this man now marry a traditional woman and come and keep in the house? Okay, this man that he said went to the villages to marry. They marry this village woman with this traditional woman and keep them in the home. And still go around looking for city girls to be their side chick. That is what?
Is the man's nature.
So
I can't sit here and say, see, that is out of the picture. So the reason why, let me tell you why the man would have to do that.
Why?
Our fathers.
If he is actually getting everything from the traditional woman, so why is it?
Our forefathers, they were polygamous, but they had side chicks.
No, they didn't have side chicks. If they wanted to marry a woman, they would go and marry and come. Like,
even if still, Shebi is better than nowadays that you guys said the Bible say one man, one wife.
Yes, one man, one wife. Yeah.
That at the end of the day, you're forcing the man to. You see,
so it's forced. But the woman is going to stay all her life there with you and the children. But you now, because they are saying, okay, stay with this one wife and the children, you're saying it's forced.
No, what I'm saying
like,
is,
I even feel like the traditional old men were not just, if only they respected.
Don't put it right. Not old men. The
traditional men. Okay, old. That is what I meant. The traditional men were not nice at all. Like, if you're nice, you're sleeping with somebody. Like, if we're so in love and the next day just say, come and go and bring another wife. It's so heartbreaking.
No, it's not heartbreaking.
You sure?
It's not heartbreaking.
So how is it if you're the wife? If you're the woman,
those women had the best. They enjoyed. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They enjoyed what they had,
but
with their husbands. It's still like, you can't still compare. There's no comparison. Like,
that's right. Everything like today, at least it's different. Like today.
No, today.
That is what they said. That is what they say about
today,
side chick.
You have.
There's no way a side chick we have the guts or the nerves even near a man's house.
You have learned like the should I call it the biblical
version? Yeah.
Let me not go there, but the Bible is playing on people's intelligence.
Wow. Is that what you think?
Yeah, let me tell you something. Sorry.
Mr. Joe, do you go to church?
I do go to church.
Oh no. Because if you do, the Bible teaches us to love one man, one wife. That's why God created Adam and Eve. He didn't create Adam.
Go and read your Bible very well.
That is how Mike was telling me that Adam had 3 wives. I said, yo, this wife, because you want to be polygamous, that's why you're bringing all this topic.
No, that apart. Okay. If I make a reference now, you say that There's somebody that married 300 wives and said, is it 300, 700 concubines and what?
Yes, but
let me 300 wives.
Let me tell you something.
See, listen. Okay, listen. It is total rubbish.
To stick to one
because
woman.
you're forcing the man. The man was not created that.
So
an
wait.
African man. Let me tell you.
Okay, they are forcing the man, but they are not forcing the woman. So the woman is just supposed to be there, no matter her emotions and.
Let me tell you something. I'm telling you something. Listen to me. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yes, you might not be 100%
right. I'm not far
right.
from the truth.
And I'm not far from the truth too that the modern woman is doing like.
Listen.
And there's this thing that they keep saying that traditional women never divorce. They never.
Yes.
Carry them and bring them now. Bring them here and let them be doing the same jobs, the same work, hustling, like hustle man to man. And then
how many women this thing where they talk, they even annoy me. How many women they hustle now? In
this big city, like a woman is here without doing something.
I might be getting sorry, I might be wrong.
I'm talking about a career woman. I'm talking about that woman.
If you are talking about career, I'll talk about career. Don't be talking because
there's no difference. You're trying. No, you're
about women now hustle, like especially women now hustle in the sense that they give out their body. They take their body as a means of. Listen now.
No, Mr. Joe. I'm not talking about that kind of hustle. I'm talking about a modern woman that is married in her home.
Because what do you take? They say they call they hawk their body and they call themselves entrepreneurs.
No.
And you are calling me here to tell me that such women.
No, Mr. Joe, I still want to tell you that.
To what our fathers had and our mothers were.
No, Mr. Joe, you're getting me wrong. There are still women that are still faithful. Like there was this my friend that I went to her house. I was like, babe, there's this one that you could really spend a lot on your wedding and all of that. How are you going to be managing? She was like, her husband is already indebted and all of that. Guess what that girl told me? She told me that, babes, we'll be using my salary, like we'll be eating with my salary. I was like, wow, that's the kind of modern woman I'm talking about. I'm not actually talking about those that hustle with their body. Look at how supportive she is.
Listen, please, listeners. I'm not saying, especially the women, I'm not saying you guys are not supportive. I'm not saying you guys are bad, but I'm trying to tell her that the percentage of those of you you have wonderful women who are
I really appreciate a lot of women out
some
there.
Some are even carrying the whole
family responsibility,
and the family on both the man's own and the woman's own, and even their own family on their heads. There are women who are doing that, but what I'm saying is it still cannot be compared to what our mothers and our fathers went through. Okay, or our grandmothers, our grandfathers. You know, they loved each other. We are talking about commitment and love and support here.
But there's still love, there's still commitment. But I'm just feeling like it's because of at times.
Let me tell you, how many women now want to be in a marriage? Like, I feel like marriage now, it's like marriage have become a thing of. In fact, let me just taste the waters.
No. So you want to say that there are no people into marriage. So why is that people are still rushing every day? Like every day people get married. Every day on a daily. So if you feel like marriages these days are not that interesting, why are people saying, so a girl will say, I can't wait to try and get married. Why are they rushing? A man will say, I won't marry her.
Let me give you a sincere truth.
Why? So why do they want to marry when they feel like this modern marriage is nothing?
I'll give you 3 reasons, and maybe a bonus reason.
Okay, let me
which
hear
will
you.
Make it 4 reasons. Most times, the woman now today, she's looking at her time. Like,
so if she feels like her time
now is conscious of how old she is.
If she's looking at how old she is, so why would she get into a marriage and want to jump out?
Listen. That is one. The woman of today is going in because of what she sees or what she wants to get out.
Mm-hmm. So what about those men that still don't have that money and all
I'm
of
going
that?
to give, and I'm going to buttress on all of them. The woman today is not ready to suffer with the man. There are some who are doing, but compared to the percentage of what we had, is not much. Yes, the women today want a ready-made. The woman, which is the last of the bonus, that is, the woman today is carried away with or by social media and what the pictures on Instagram, the pictures on Facebook, and the pictures on Twitter, and
that is what makes her modern.
And listen, and that is what you guys call that's what you call you modernize. That is what you modernize. Now, let me buttress on each point.
Okay.
The woman today is looking at her age. So, for example, you see them, trying to explore life and live life from one corner to another, from one life to another. And now, men, at that time, men are coming, but somehow they are doing shakara or not, paying attention, and even they are snubbing men and they are picky. But once they start getting at a certain age and they start looking at their face on the mirror that is changing, they are conscious of that, and that is when they get serious.
And so when they get serious,
okay, of course, when they get serious, they want to settle down.
Yes, so when they settle down,
sometimes you don't eat your cake and have it.
So
at that point,
then God start punishing.
They end up just settling for anything. And for those who are still stubborn, that they don't want to settle for anything, they end up still making it difficult for them, and then before you discover, they are into menopause. And at that point, let's face it.
Yeah, at that point, me too, I don't advise anybody.
Number two, they are looking out. Now, women of nowadays are looking out for ready-made. What they want to get like, so many women now go into marriage because of what the man has. Yes, because you know why?
Not every woman.
None of you want to suffer.
Yeah, because
listen,
I don't want to suffer, but doesn't mean that's why the modern woman too works.
Listen,
no matter what, at least
now,
I must have something to do before I get married.
Let me ask you a sincere question, and have you rejected a man because you think he was too poor for you?
Yeah, I didn't reject him because he was too poor for me. I rejected him because I felt he can't live up to my expectations. Yeah, it wasn't actually okay. He doesn't have.
But what if you were wrong?
Okay, he doesn't have. Is he willing to? He wasn't willing. So
how do you know he's not willing to? Like
he wasn't doing everything possible. He wasn't doing everything possible to at least so that I will help him, so that we'll grow together. So I felt he wasn't
I will
serious.
tell you to your face that you're lying. Audience,
no,
this woman is lying.
No way. I never rejected him because.
Let me tell you the reason. You rejected him because you felt he's too poor for you.
I didn't reject him because I felt like, okay, I gave him time. I gave him, we timed ourselves with, but it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't really about the marriage, but I wanted our life to be better. I
want you to tell your followers the truth. Have you ever rejected a man because?
No, I didn't reject him because
not him. There are many men who have come.
No, not many. Not many. Many didn't want me.
Why would they want you?
They didn't want me.
You're a beautiful woman.
I'm a beautiful woman, but many didn't want me. So
why?
Another issue I will talk about another day. But see, today, many didn't want me, and the one that wanted me. Okay, imagine I have a guy. Okay, he doesn't have everything, he doesn't have anything, but yet he's struggling now, trying to make all ends meet. Me too, I'm struggling. We are trying to put a future together. Then, behold, I have this one. He's not struggling at all. He's not doing anything. He just wakes up, and am I the one to go and marry him? So at least even to pay my dowry, he can as my man.
So if you can't pay my dowry, how are we going to cope to live? That is why. At least you should be able to pay my dowry.
I don't know. I can't comment because I don't know how. I don't know this man. I don't know.
So was I supposed to run and go and meet him because
that's not what I'm saying.
Because he was
That is not
poor?
what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. But I don't know. The audience definitely understand where I'm coming from.
They also understand where I'm coming from too. You understand?
What I'm trying to say is, see. Anyways, let me move forward. Secondly,
Thirdly, yeah.
The woman of nowadays, they are not ready to be patient with a man. They want, like for example, you see, this is an opportunity for me to talk about this on your platform.
Okay.
It is crazy. For those of you who don't know, there's something going on right now. The white woman is there's something that's going on. It's called something exchange, a cultural something. There's a word they use for it. The white woman is going to do some medical stuff or some surgeries or some whatever they call it to become black. Meanwhile, the black woman is bleaching herself to death because you see, white people are not stupid. They envy the black skin.
Are you sure? So why did they still discriminate them?
Let me tell you something. Whatever is bigger than you fight. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Joe. So
let me tell you, our skin. I'm not talking of the black man himself. The black skin is built to withstand anything. The black skin, okay, can handle any situation and any weather. And because this climate change is even becoming worse every day, all right? Those are scientific stuff. If you do your research, you know. But because climate change is getting worse by the day, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at coronavirus.
Okay.
Killed less black than
the
white.
Yeah.
Look at coronavirus. Affected less blacks than the whites. I'm not saying blacks didn't die.
They died
or it
too.
didn't affect the blacks.
It affected them.
But we were able. In fact, they said because Africa does not have vaccines or Africa is not taking vaccines that we are prone to being together, gathering together. That we're going to go. The videos are still there where the World Health Organization where every day saying that it's going to hit Africa like never before, like worse than every other country, and in fact worse than the world, the other parts of the continent put together. But what happened? He came and it was like a facade, and people were still together and nothing happened. Because at the end of the day, take a look. Do you know what helped the black man to sustain
what
that?
helps them?
Your skin. Your skin.
So, but
your skin. So you're bleaching. That I know. Sorry, I had to digress a bit.
Okay.
But the black woman is bleaching to death. You hardly see a woman, especially a girl, young girl, who is black.
There are still black girls.
My sister.
There are like so many.
My sister. Or shout out to Sasuke.
Yeah, the skin is.
Yes, she's a true definition of a black woman has, despite some of them who have.
But there are still black ladies out there. So many.
My sister, listen to me. Chemicals are destroying you people's body. Chemicals.
Okay.
Are destroying you people's body. This thing, do you know? At some point,
Yeah.
you start getting some ailments, because these are chemicals that enters your body and start
reacting
after
a very long
start
time.
destroying your system from inside, and then it gets out, and then it's too late. For if those who have money self, it's not easy to get them cured from this, not to talk of those who don't have money. I have told my woman, I said, whenever something happens to you, if you get into that life and it affects you, if you dare get into that life and it affects you, and you are diagnosed with this thing, as you are rubbing those bleaching something, also be preparing money for your treatment, because I won't bring out a dime.
Okay, Mr. Joe, so what you're trying to say now is the modern woman bleaches her skin while the traditional woman wasn't bleaching?
Because they don't want to be themselves. They are
looking at social media and all of that. They're trying to be what they are.
Everybody wants to, even those who are hungry.
Yeah.
Somebody is coming from, he's living at a outskirts of Lagos.
Yeah.
You know, in one remote village in Lagos.
Yeah.
They are coming to Lekki to hustle every day.
Yeah.
Not even proper hustle.
Yeah.
Okay. What they call themselves entrepreneurs and business women.
Yeah.
Yet their business is only night. And
once they get money, it's to go and buy creams. Oh no. That's really bad.
Just to look good on social media.
When they snap pictures.
Our mothers, our fathers, okay, they didn't care about that. They were the real definition of a woman. If you're talking of a real woman, they were, and for those of them who are still living,
know that
they are
times
still the
have
definition
changed.
of a real
times
woman.
Have changed, and the world has modernized, just like you call it the modern woman. You don't expect a woman right now at this 21st century to be like a woman of
that is not what I'm saying. We are talking of character. We are talking of being a woman from inside. We are not talking of whether she has iPhone 14 or 30.
But they are still good women. They are still alike.
You're not getting my point. I'm not. They have. What is the percentage?
I know
you have more women on the street right now.
Yes,
than you have women.
So who still takes these women?
Is it
not the man? Is it not the man?
That what?
That takes these women again.
Takes them where? Takes what?
Okay, you said the percentage of women on the streets is more than the percentage of women at home. So those on the streets, who still takes them? It's still men. That means they still prefer the modern woman. Okay, you said she went to bleach her skin, but every man wants that fair, sweet-looking lady.
It's not true.
But the men that actually choose black women,
and let me tell you, you think the man
percentage
is
5%.
If you think the man is stupid, then see, I just gave you guys a simple analogy. You are with a man in the city. You have bleached your life to death. You have lived the modern day lifestyle. Okay, you have eaten from black belt to this thing with fork and all of that. You know, some of them cannot even cook. And at the end of the day, this man leaves you and go and marry somebody in the village. He does not care if that one is educated or not.
I know that a lot of men have gone to the village to get married. Like 95% have worked, but the remaining percent, they see hell. Like they confess, like they say a lot.
They say what? They say what?
No, that is not something I want to go into.
Because let me tell you, we men, I'm talking to you from a man's perspective.
And I'm talking to you from a woman's perspective.
Now listen now.
This whole discussion is something that we cannot debate fully to end, because because you are not a woman, you don't understand it from my end. You don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. How the modern woman is actually doing too much than the traditional woman. Like if you bring those traditional women back today, they will say, they don't do. They can't do it. They can't take it.
They don't do it. They will see what you do. They will see what you do as
Let me tell you something.
Cake.
Let me tell you something. There are times that this modern woman, her husband will lose everything. Have you heard that kind of a story? Like the man loses everything, his job, his everything. The woman is the one taking care of.
How many now?
But it happens.
No, I'm not
it
saying...
happens. Okay,
no,
if
I'm
only it
not
was
saying
a
it does not
traditional...
happen.
Okay, if only it was a traditional woman, how is she going to take care of the home?
I explained to you. Wait, do you think they only...
Okay, they were doing that, but were they sending children to school? Were they... Okay, the children that they trained, fine. They trained their children well to be of good manners. Well, were they educated? Were they bringing something? The children, were they giving returns like the children of,
Let me tell you something.
Of 21st century?
Let me tell you something. You can't... There's never an ending without a beginning. The beginning defines the end. All right? The beginning defines the end. You know why somehow the world is working? Because you have people who were well brought up, despite not having the education.
Yes,
because that is what even matters at the end of the day.
Okay, so those people that just have their good moral and so, are they working with their good moral? Today, what basically is working is education. Education is key. So imagine... I'm
not that... See, education is key. Don't say that.
Okay.
Because if I'm still going to argue on that, I will tell you that there are more educated, jobless people out there than there is.
But we know that once we get a good government, they will employ them. It's better than sitting there and then not going to school. Then when the good jobs come,
the honor of innocent... Sorry, shout out to what's his full name? The honor of innocent
Moto, yeah. He's not educated.
Shout out to that man. I can see without prejudice, without any, like, this is no way to disrespect, but somebody who he is an example of not let me put it this way. That man is a typical example that it's not only education that can get you somewhere.
Yeah,
listen. Do you understand?
I understand.
And there has been men like that. There are men who got to the peak before they even decided to do one or two degrees or do one or two courses here and there. So don't sit here and tell us that education is heavy. Like, you go to school, and even the school. Let me also bust your bubble. Why I still prefer back in the days, the education they had then, is like up above what you have as like. Listen, they schooled in what you can call, in fact, a terrible situation. The classes, it's not what you can even call classes. No. But right now you even have air conditioners in the classes, in schools. Yet people are coming out with empty heads. People are coming out and you give them jobs, they cannot defend even their own names. What are you saying? So still back what they had back in the day is still better than what you have today.
Okay, Mr. Joe.
Everything you had back then is better than what you have today.
Even those traditional women, there were some that couldn't still take all of that. That's why those olden day women, most of them, their stories, they used to marry one husband first. They would leave before they would marry. Like, there was another woman even had that married them.
It is not true. See, you're just looking for ways to win this argument.
No, I'm not trying to win. It's not all about a winning. Because it's a two-side thing. You're going to take what works for you and what you believe. To me, I feel like the modern woman is doing too much, and
what is that too much?
She's sacrificing too much.
Sacrifice? What is she sacrificing?
Her man wants too much from her. The society wants. Her family wants.
Really?
Society, family, husband, children. At least the traditional woman didn't have all of this in consideration. Like, yeah.
See, let me tell you. I would like to tell you something here and now.
Tell me.
Your grandmother. I believe your grandmother or your grandmother.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
your
them.
Stepmothers.
I appreciate them wherever they are. They won't. Like, they know that their daughter is getting the knowledge and she's
to say this.
No, they won't.
Because you don't know what they went through.
I know that they suffered.
And they were still more committed, more respectful. More,
I know that they suffered.
You know that
that's notwithstanding.
Most of those women, they were the one that had their homes.
Their homes, yeah.
Right now, how many of them are they ready to hold? When it starts, una go come out. There are better men out there. Now, wait till they talk. We just go. There are better men.
That's right. Everything that is happening in our city, in our country, environment.
Yeah.
Right now, I still bet you that there are still women out there that are dying. So what about those women that are dying in marriages? What about those women that
back
are the
then,
ones?
Women didn't die in marriages. No, I'm asking you.
Okay, those that are dying for this man, like doing everything possible to make a man see her worth and he still doesn't.
See her worth?
Yes, like to help him. Okay, all the things that this man wants, the 21st century man wants, and the man still doesn't see her value and all of that.
You see, there's no. I know people sometimes. Okay. They do too much, but let me tell you something. You can't, in this world of ours today, you can't have, like, I'm not saying you can have everything that you had then, or that everything that you had then, but let me tell you, it's because we didn't continue with the trajectory of what we were brought up with. Okay? Not because people don't know the right thing to do, but the world right now has changed. It's a world of everybody is in a survival mode. But I believe the world will be better if women of today, the modern woman, like you call it, of today, goes back to the drawing board. Nobody is saying you should be tying wrapper on your chest and be walking about. Nobody is saying you should be going to the farm.
If at all you feel like
there are these norms.
See, I'm aside the norms. Like our grandmothers gave the best norms, they were the best training. They were the best. But what I'm trying to put more emphasis on, like our fathers, in short, our parents are the best right now because they are still there in those marriages to watch us grow. What I'm trying to point at basically is the responsibilities and the efforts on the modern woman being too harsh than the traditional. The traditional woman, they have all of this to worry about.
Is your perspective and your thinking.
Yeah, everybody has. Like, I know that they had the best because they were not divorced like we are divorced today and all of that. But what I'm trying to tell you, if the responsibility today is placed on them, I think that they will also run. Like, they will run fast because there's so much placed on the modern woman today. Yeah, it's a two-way thing. You believe what works for you. You believe what you believe in. But me, this is my belief.
And I think you need to change your beliefs.
Yeah.
Because they are wrong beliefs.
No, they are not.
You know why you're talking this? You know why you're talking like this?
Why?
You are the one of the social media woman.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not
a
social.
The clickbait.
I'm not a social media woman. I'm just that woman out there that wants to be unique in all her doings. Simple.
No, you are. What I mean to say is, you are one of the modern day woman now.
Yeah.
In the modern world.
Yes, I'm in the modern world, and I'm a modern woman.
You are in the click. We are in the click.
Okay.
Click
See,
world now.
I've seen. So even a modern woman, I've seen a situation whereby the man has actually abandoned her and the children. This woman takes care of the children alone. Back
in the days, men would die. Some of them go to war. Some of them just die and leave their women. And these women will still stay behind to take care of their children, your mother, your father.
They did.
That is why
they did, and I really appreciate them. But today,
what I'm saying, you see, I want you guys to
everything you're saying.
The percentage of what we have then is like what we have today is less compared to the percentage of how it were back then. So it was like you even have less than 25% of what you have
back then to what you had today.
So that is my point. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that women are not doing well today, or that women are not, doing enough. They are not going through stress, that they are not holding their family. Okay, you have women who are doing that, but the percentage is what I'm talking about. Is low. It's like it's down there.
Okay, Mr. Joe, what we are going to accept on finally. No, you see this conversation. We are going to throw it to our viewers to tell us what their view is on this particular topic, because it's not something me and you can finish arguing today. Like we can't. Like, I'm seeing the suffering of a modern woman. Like, I'm seeing it. Like, so you can't say that a modern woman. So are you trying to say that your woman is not going to be?
Guess what?
Oh.
Before I even, because I'm seeing that you're trying to round up, but right now, back in the days, these women, they get money and use it for the good reason. Okay. Yeah. When you're talking about support, they actually use their money to support their men. Now it's iPhones.
Oh, because that is what is in the modern world now.
No, so what are you telling me?
She's supposed to use the money. She's supposed to use the money to go and buy wrappers and come and tie in the house. How do you feel if you come back from work?
So what are you talking about support? How many women they support their husband today?
No, it doesn't mean she collects salary. She supports her man. Okay.
My sister, that percentage, is even less than 20. That is what I'm telling you. But 20% of women, when they call this, support their men for children's school fees and all of that. There are a lot of women who are
a lot of them are doing that.
But plenty. Now, what are they trying to tell you?
And what I'm trying to tell you, all I'm been talking about is those women that have actually, shout out to those women that have actually been doing their best to support their husbands.
That is what I want you to say.
I want to tell you that the percentage of women still doing all of that is not much, because if only it was, no man would want you to stay in his house and come and be sharing your own money with your own self, only you buying iPhones and all of that. No. Okay, those women with some you see with iPhone 14s, I still feel it's their husbands that buy it for them because of their loyalty and their love. Yeah.
Well,
if your wife collects her whole salary to go and buy iPhone 14, in 3 months, will you still be with that woman in that house? Will you give her peace? Will you be happy?
Listen now, I will be with her in that house. But guess what?
Like, seriously?
Yes, I will be with her in that house. She has the right to buy. It's her money.
It's her money, true, but at least you're expecting her to help you take care of the home.
But if she does not do it, but guess what?
What?
Your money is your money.
That is to you. To other men, no.
See, it seems like, now, thank you for bringing that up. It seems like the woman today thinks she has more rights than the woman of old. Because the traditional women, they were not educated, they were naive, they were everything. Like, how about today? A woman is educated, exposed. See, let me tell you, your money is your money. You worked for it. Yeah. Okay. There's no but if you have conscience, you should take up responsibility for some things. Like, the man is not your Jackie, because that is why men are just dying anyhow. You know, men are dying before their time.
Women are also dying anyhow.
Can I speak to your audience?
Okay.
Men are dying like foul, Jackie. Why? Because they overwork themselves. Yes. And who are they working for? The women, the children, their own extended family, the woman's extended family. The man is like, men are dying like foul. Like, back in the days, you know why those men live longer? Why did they live? Because they turn their women to slave and all of that? No, you see, you are calling it slaves. Those women enjoyed what they did. Yes. Are you sure? You have rights now. And then... So you don't want a woman to have her rights? Why not? Fine, very good. Because... But let me... I can't die for that. See, I can't... see, men, listen, I'm saying it. If you want to walk and die, like if you want to kill yourself and die because your woman have a right, me, I cannot walk myself to stupor and die so that she can go and marry another man.
So it's paining you that she go and marry another man?
No, because you die, she mourn you 6 months. Nowadays, they even reach 6 months. They don't go see another man. Yes. Me, I cannot walk myself to death because you know why? You collect your money, go buy your iPhone 14, or 30, because it's your right and you have your right to spend your money. I agree. But don't spend that money and come back and expect me to take up some responsibilities that you should be responsible for. For example, you collect your money, you go and buy iPhone 50 or 30. Then you come back and ask me money to send for one of your uncle in the village.
No, but it's not every woman that is like that. Seriously, trust me. Not all women are like that. Like, which woman will even do that?
What is the percentage that is not like that? I want you to tell us.
Okay, Mr. Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
Despite everything that you are talking about, true, they happen in the modern day society. But I want to tell you that will you go and marry a woman? Allow her to be doing all of that in your house?
The woman today, this is what her money is meant for.
Okay.
Her money is meant for makeup.
Okay.
Her money is meant for gadget.
Okay.
Her money is meant for clothes.
Okay.
Her money is meant for flashy things.
To look good for who?
Look good
to look
for
good
social
for
media.
Social
not even
media.
for her husband.
Not for her husband?
No.
So if it's you notice that your woman is looking good for social media, won't you send her packing? Why will you still leave her to be in your house when she's not even looking good for you?
Let me tell you something. A lot of women are looking good for social media, not their husbands.
Because the praises goes to the husband.
Some of them don't even know how their husbands want them to look like.
But are you sure that it's not their husbands that want them to look like that?
Okay. Like I said, let your listeners, your audience, let them judge.
And let them decide.
And
No, everybody have what they believe in. Just like you have your beliefs, I have mine. Basically, we cannot think alike. What works for you might not work for me. So that is the same way I want all of us today.
We have a feminist society. Yes. Every woman right now, like the so-called modern woman, is feminist in one way or the other. So whether they know it or not.
So if I'm also feminist.
They practice feminism in one way or the other.
Okay.
Some without even knowing they are practicing feminism. Yes. You ask if I think you're feminist.
Yeah, because of what I'm saying about modern women.
I can't answer that question.
No, I'm not a feminist because my boyfriend hates feminists so much. I don't even want me to hear that. No. So please don't put me in that shoe. No, don't put me in that corner.
So why did he hate?
He feels that they are bossy and they cannot respect their homes and their husbands. So, but no matter what I'm saying.
So is he wrong? Is he far from the truth?
No, he is not. But you trying to say the traditional women were.
No, I ask you. Is he far from the truth? And if he's not far from the truth, what is wrong with?
No, that is why they are feminists and they hold on to their beliefs. See, everybody has what they believe in. I have mine. That's right. I'm supporting a modern woman or saying she's doing this when it comes to feminism.
Do you think feminism can work in Africa?
No, not really. Because you see, Africa Africa believes that the man is the head of the family, and you cannot come and want to be shoulder to shoulder with that man. No way. It's not going to work in this country. No way. That one I know for sure, and that is why you see feminists. I don't actually put my mouth in their discussions and all of that, because I feel they have their entitlements, their titles, their rights and everything, and I have mine. I still know that despite everything a woman is trying to provide and do all of that, she still has to be a woman. She is a woman. She can never be a man. You can never, no matter if you feel like me and a man, we are the same.
You can't be the same.
No, that is what I'm trying to say. Some women feel
God
like
did not create it that way. If for those who don't believe in God, creation did not.
There are certain things a man will do and a woman will do, but she can never do better. Like
no
she can't.
Way.
So women are trying.
They are trying,
to women.
no doubt.
They are doing their best.
Yeah.
But I feel a man will always be a man.
Simple.
A man. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple. Like the thing is this: we have to create a balance. It's about creating a balance. Everybody knowing their role and taking. So I will say this, and I'll go. It's like this, okay? It's like in a house, okay? So between the man and the woman, it's like a house that there are kids, okay? Now, in this house, every child has a responsibility. The girl child knows when she wakes up that I'm taking us back into this now. The girl child knows that when she wakes up, she's supposed to go to the kitchen, pack the plates, and wash them. The boy knows he's supposed to sweep the compound. Yeah?
Yeah.
And of course, the girl, part of the girl's child is job is to bath her siblings. Okay?
Yeah.
And the like it goes round like that amongst the kids. Now everybody knows their responsibility. They take up this responsibility. Okay? And in a situation where these children, one of these children, start coming up with excuses to not do what they are supposed to do, or to not act on what they are supposed to act on, just because, say for example, the boy said because he has tests in school today, so he's not going to sweep the compound or do the things he's supposed to do. All right, he's beginning to create problem for himself and in that house.
So you feel a modern woman being entitled to her.
So yes, you have this right. Yes, you have this entitlement. Yes, things have changed. Nobody is expecting the world to go back to yesterday. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. But if we don't come together to start going back to the drawing board, to pick some things right there that worked and that can help us, my sister will keep having the problem we are having today, because then you can't tolerate me, I cannot tolerate you, and these things will even keep getting worse. Can you imagine? Children are growing nowadays without their parents together.
Yeah,
Children
a lot of divorce cases.
Yes. Back in the days,
parents and
the
children
grow
up.
They didn't have much, but they were polygamous, most of them. But they grew up. They didn't have education.
Okay, what I'm actually seeing is
so
this.
Tell me, what are they going to? What is tomorrow like?
Okay, what I feel is back then they had no choice. Like there was nothing to actually fall back to, because basically
what do they have to fall back to nowadays?
Because a woman is educated.
How many of them are educated now?
Mr. Joe, you have not seen educated. Like, women are so very educated.
How many of them are employed?
Some are self-employed.
Self-employed?
Yeah.
I raise my case.
Okay.
I raise my case.
Okay, so you have rested your case on this one.
I rest my case, yes.
So you want to agree with me that modern women are doing more better. I don't mean the value and the religious, and no, I'm talking about working hard, providing, still taking care of the family, still supporting the man.
The olden day woman
supported the man better.
Did everything better than
the modern woman. Fine, we all have what we believe in. Mr. Joe has said his own, I've said mine. Now we throw it to the viewers. You give us your answers on this particular topic. So thank you for staying on the show. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for staying. Love you. Bye.